So the world of ever wondering of the unknown is slowly disappearing as new technological advances have been reached. Thus, the only place to look now is a place where man has been staring at since the beginning of time: space. Now, these were the same dreams and ambitions that 7 astronauts took on the fateful day of January 28, 1986, of the Challenger mission, when 7 astronauts lost their lives trying just to leave orbit. My name is Samuel. I'm here to talk to you today about my extensive research done on robotics and human space exploration, and talk to you mainly about some of the problems that humans face about going into space, and some simple solutions that can help keep them safe and ultimately pave way forward so we can explore greater and more unknown areas. So let's start with some of the problems. Now, consistently, it's the cost. Look at this. According to DiscoveryChannel.org, the cost of human mission ranges from $1 billion, anywhere between $1 billion to $100 billion. Now, this doesn't seem quite that much, but it's considered the Apollo missions. So this happened about 40 years ago, and they estimate about $2.9 billion in total. But granted, it was 40 years ago, so how does it play today? So according to physicsorbs.com, in current estimates that the average cost per mission is about $75 million just to send one space shuttle into space. Now, there were approximately 12 space missions. So in all, it was $9.2 billion for the entire space missions to take place. So consider how they gain the money. Mainly federal and state taxes are put into space exploration and science exploration in general. So in average total, it was about 10% of federal taxes and state taxes go to science. Now, another problem for human space exploration that faces is the dangers that it can cause. So looking at radiation, possible death and exposure, or even increasing unconditional weather can cause a problem and harm to human astronauts. So, what was that? So according, forgive me. And to human astronauts. So let's take a look at the 2 space missions that ended in horrible, tragic deaths. So the Challenger, and most recently in 2003, the Columbia, which as it was trying to come into orbit, all 8 astronauts were burned alive and killed due to malfunctions within the space shuttle. And so these main causes can be simply avoided if more time and money was spent into finding new alternatives for space exploration. So now that I told you about some of the problems, look at some of the causes. So mainly the main cause is just the need for more science discoveries. So with space exploration, it brings forth more perspective of the solar system itself. It also brings protection, so new agencies that NASA can bring that make us aware of possible harm that the Earth can come to, such as the asteroids that just hit Russia most recently. Also, inspiration to others to push forth in science and other technological advances, and of course the long-term effects of the human race. So according to WiredScience.org, human space exploration catches the public imagination and brings life to and from the discoveries. So in order for the human race to continue for another 1,000,000 years, we have to set forth the path to be able to colonize other planets. So now that we looked at some of the causes that go to it, let's find some of the solutions. So there's some simple solutions that we can all be prepared to. Is that mainly if new legislation was enforced to have robotic exploration come prior to space exploration, to human space exploration. Because with robotics, they're able to explore more and pave the way for a safer new environment. So according to NASA Advances, a peer review article that I found, the ability that allows robotics to live in hazardous weather, handle radiation, go through different forms of heat and cold without being harmed or being lost, it helps pave the way to explore the unknown, so that when we send human exploration forth, they're not going in blind and they don't get affected or die. So some other simple ways that we can all help is that one, just keep in mind all the different shuttles and missions going on. Keep up to date with new laws that are being passed to regulate and postpone new space exploration details, and just really just keep in touch with what's going on within NASA headquarters. So now that I told you about some of the problems, the causes, the solutions, I hope you guys understand that it's a serious effect that can happen when human lives are lost to space exploration. So, like I said about the Challenger and the Columbia, those lives are lost and they can't be brought back. But with robotics and the new technology that's being upheld, if we lose a robot or if we lose a machine, it can be replaced. But if we lose a human life, that can never be replaced. And thus, that's